Alright, so this is going to be an install video for installing the CowCow blowback unit. So this is brand new for these guns, and this is definitely kind of the one piece that I'm the most excited about. Like, I've been wanting this basically ever since I got one of these pistols. So we're going to go over how to install this. I do have a scale as well that's off camera, but I'm going to weigh these. Once I get the stock one out, I'll weigh both of them together, and we'll see kind of what the weight difference is. But the main reason I want this is just because this is going to be, this is CNC machined aluminum versus, I think it's just pot metal in here for the stock bolt. So it's going to be an upgrade regardless. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start doing this. Right, the gun. You're going to press the button that's right back here. And then we have the upper. And it's okay if you have like the stock upper. It's the same exact process. I just have one more step. That's not really much of a big deal. So you need to remove the rear iron sight. So mine, I have this top screw, and I'll show you what your screws are going to look like in a second if you don't have this, the same rear sight as I have. Once I get this off, you're going to have two screws. So you see those two screws? You need to get those out. Yeah, I think it's a 2.5 millimeter, if I remember. No, 2 millimeter. Just gotta get those two screws out. Like that. Take that out. And then you can remove the bolts. All right, and you can see mine's pretty worn. But this is the one that I've had the most, I think. We're gonna go ahead and remove those two Phillips head screws there. That's gonna get the nozzle out. And then this is spring loaded, so you want to be ready to catch it so it doesn't just fly across the room. So I put my finger over half of it right now, so that way it doesn't just fly once I get it undone. All right, we can take that out and the nozzle out, and then we can take our guide rod out, or sorry, spring out, and then the guide rod. And then I have this charging handle. I'm not going to worry about that. Or, well, I will take it off because I need to weigh them together. So let's grab, I think it's a 2 millimeter. Yep, it definitely is a 2 millimeter. Oh, this is on here real good. Is it all the way on down? Yeah, it is. Okay. I might skip this because this is on here really, really, really good. There it goes. That was on there really good. Okay. And then we need to remove this, I think. That is not the right thing. So Phillips head again. Let's remove that. And this only goes in one way, so it's not a big deal putting it back on. Oh my gosh. There it goes. All right, just put that off to the side. And then the last thing in here is going to be your piston head. So let's go ahead and take that off. And we will leave the screw in here to weigh because the CowCow one does come with a screw. All right, so let's get ready for the scale. All right, so let's zero it. Zeroed. The stock one is 92 grams, and there is a little bit of material missing just because mine is used, but you're about 92 grams. Let's go ahead and grab the new one. new one, oh my gosh, 37 grams versus 91, 92. That is insane. Right, I'm back. Putting this back up here, but yeah, that's an insane difference between these two bolts. So let's go ahead and start putting everything together on this one. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab this piece, and that just goes right down there, so you can see how that's laying down inside of the bolt. And then this piece goes this way. It's like this, with the little tab on top. And that just goes in. And it doesn't really matter where you put it. And then your screw goes back on. They didn't include, they did not include an aftermarket screw for this. Let's go ahead and put this in. Let's see if this was gonna... One. No, that is a tough thing. Oh, well, it's not in all the way, it looks like. Okay. There you go. Now it's probably going to be easier. Nope. Well, good thing I don't care about full auto. Alright, so just like that. That is kind of a shame. This is very hard to select it over to... I mean, that's a pain. So maybe they'll come out with their own in the future for the selector switch, but that's really tough to do on there. We're gonna put in our piston head, and I just have the stock piston head. I prefer the stock one over the CowCow piston head. It's much better. Let's get that kind of pushed down all the way, and then we grab our nozzle. And then now that we have this apart, we might as well just make sure that our nozzle is decently lubed. Probably need some more. So I'm gonna using some thick lube in here. Yeah, like that. And then just around. That's good. Before I put that in, I need to put the guide rod in. So gold guide rod. I'm probably gonna change the color of the guide rod, but for now that'll work. And then this goes in. So this square needs to be on the bottom, so it would go in like this, just like that. And then you can put in your recoil spring. So I actually have, I didn't know I had this in here. This is the stock CowCow one. Just put that in, and then put this back on. That just goes straight down. Right, and then you just need to push down this piece here, and then use your Phillips head screwdriver to push it the rest of the way, and then just screw the screws in. And then you just do both sides, and then do remember it is under spring tension, so if you aren't just like holding onto it, like it'll fly out. But and then once it's together, just double check, just pull on your nozzle, make sure it goes back, and then it moves freely like that. But that's all good. And then I just got to put it back into the gun. And I was hoping this gold would match my trigger, but it doesn't match my trigger, but not a big deal. So push it in all the way, and then you grab your iron sight, and then that just goes back on. This one is there it goes. And then just screw these two screws back in, just like so. And then this goes back down. Or yours, you probably don't have that, but mine, I have that. Just that. Right, so it's all together now, and we can throw it back on the gun. that's all good. And then we're going to want to put some lube on here too. So I have the thick type again. I'm just going to put some right here. I really should have done this before I put it back in the gun, but I forgot to. But not a big deal because we can just do it from the outside and it'll get most of what we need. I recommend you watch my maintenance video on this pistol and you can see how I would normally do it. I just was dumb, I guess. All right, there we go. That is how you do that. So, yeah, I hope that was useful if you needed that. And one thing to note, I just finished the video, but I just noticed something. The CowCow bolts does not enjoy bearings. So like I have a bearing on this one. It doesn't like that. Like it doesn't work. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. It likes to get stuck, which is definitely annoying. Whereas if I put that on my normal rotor one, right, that looks normal there, it works perfectly fine on this one. So that is one thing to note if you have a bearing in your gun like I had. But it works good in this one. And yeah, I have it over lubed right now just because I didn't know if it was a lube problem. But yeah, you definitely want to not have a bearing for this bolt. Alright, so I also want to note something that I've noticed playing around with this bolt. I ended up putting it in this gun just because I was having a lot of problems with my bearing in my my black pistol. But basically, when there's not a magazine in, this gun doesn't function with this new bolt. Right, like I pull the trigger right, if I rack the gun, still holding the trigger, and let go, that time it worked, but sometimes it doesn't do it. So let's try it again. Oh, well, it's going again. No, I think all that needed to happen was to have it on camera. Oh, there it goes. See, that time it didn't engage. And that time it didn't engage again. When the magazine's in, I haven't experienced this problem. But when the magazine's out, sometimes it doesn't fully work. I don't know if that's just a fluke or if that needs to be worked in. And there it happened again. Yeah, so every once in a while, but when the magazine's in it, I don't have any problems. It's just when the magazine's out that I sometimes experience problems with this. So yeah, I think that's the last addition that I want to add to this video. But yeah, have a nice day. I'm definitely very excited. It hasn't failed on me with that actual magazine in the gun yet, so I think it's fine. I think it's just dumb. It needs to be worked in or something. Yeah, see there it's doing a whole bunch there. Yeah, there it goes. It's not. Yeah, but. Alright, I guess I have another addition to my video. If I hold down the trigger and I pull that back, and that time it worked, sometimes it doesn't go all the way back forwards. And I don't have a magazine in here. Again, I haven't experienced any issues while I actually shoot the gun, but when it's like this, like when I'm holding down the trigger without the magazine, it gets stuck a lot. Again, with the magazine, it's not a problem, but it seems like that's just kind of the way it's going to be. Maybe it'll work itself in, maybe not. Who knows? But that's what it's looking like right now. So, I'm kind of impressed and not impressed at the same time, because it is really, really, really responsive. And I'll do some full auto here for you real quick. It is very hard to do the selector switch on this, just because of the bolts. It's like tighter tolerances or something. So I'm gonna loosen this up. Probably. Maybe you can flip. No. Nope. Can we flick it over now? See it now, it's on full auto. And again, this is gonna be with a gas mag in the wintertime. And this gun I have set up for HPA. Like, I don't use the gun for green gas, so we'll see how it works. But it's really, really, really fast. So, oh, I have BBs in here now. Is there BB in the chamber? No. Okay, let me empty these out real quick. I'm not looking to shoot my wall right now, and I don't have a chrono here, and I don't want to move. Okay, there we go. And just double check. Yep, seems good to me. And that is insane. That's with green gas in the wintertime. And that was so fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is definitely worth it. Even though it doesn't work very well dry firing, that is really, really, really fast. And this is the gun I use for full auto anyways. So yeah, that's actually insane. I'm gonna go get my HP, and I'm gonna find out the RPS real quick. Yeah, RPS. Alright, so the cycle rate is faster than my magazines can feed. So yeah, I can't really find the exact cycle rate of the gun. I'm using EPM magazines, the original EPMs, not the EPM ones, but just the normal ones, and they cannot keep up with the fire rate. So like it was saying 27 rounds per second was what my chrono was saying, but it was definitely skipping like a lot. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely really cool, but I needed to get some better magazines to handle the rate of this thing. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I might do a follow-up video in the future if I figure out how I got mine to feed perfectly. And in this gun, I have two of these short strokes, and then I have the Waldo springs in this gun. So it's different than what was in the video when I initially put it in. This is a different gun. I transferred it over to here because it wasn't working with my bearing in the black gun, and this gun doesn't have bearings. So it actually functions in this gun. It just has those problems that I've mentioned already. But yeah, I guess that's it. But yeah, I might do a follow-up video in the future if I find a way to make it work 100%. But semi-auto, with the magazine in, I have zero problems. I don't have problems with the magazine is out of the gun, and then when I'm doing full auto, because it can't keep up with full auto, at least with the setup in this. I assume if you had less short strokes, it would be able to keep up, but I kind of want it to be maximed out. But I might end up having to take out a short stroke just to make it so it feeds perfectly. But yeah, that is it. So have a nice day. Adios. And a 1-second video for the thumbnail. All right, adios.